Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well this fine morning. Today, we're going to focus on grading. And as we know, grading through PCGS or NGC can be completely subjective, all right, because it's one person's opinion over another. But one thing is for certain, okay, these companies have a grading standard they go by when it comes to the appearance of a coin to help determine the numerical grade that they're assigned. But what exactly prevents a really nice grade coin from being perfect or near perfect? All right. And the details are really, at this point, they become really small, almost to the fact that, or almost to the point where, a really strong powered magnifier, like a 10 times or higher, is required to show the difference. So sometimes it helps to look at an already high graded coin. Okay, in the case of this 76S, it's a business strike surfaced coin, not a proof, and it's a PCGS Mint State 67 silver. So this is the 40% silver coin right here, but we're going to use this as an example, and we're going to pinpoint a few of the little nuances within the coin that prevents it from being a 68, because at this grade level it's a $50 coin. Okay, I'll be honest with you, it's 1 point away from turning into a $300 coin, and then turning into one that's many thousands of dollars when it hits 69. So what exactly are various things that these companies are looking for to keep the grades in line with the coin's appearance? Okay, now the coin looks pretty gosh darn good. All right, these were available in the soft packs. They weren't out in circulation. If you did find one, that's a rare treat. But the coins themselves look pristine out of the pack. All right, there's no other way to get these other than in those US Mint packaging. So right off the bat, there's a few things that I do see. Okay, you see a couple of little minuscule little tick marks here in the field. All right, that's going to play a role in the grading of the coin. Okay, and just as I flash a coin back and forth, the luster will help identify certain problem areas. You see all these tiny little bag marks, probably as a result of the initial handling of the coin, whether it's through the mint or post mint as they're taken out of the package. One can argue the case that it happens at the mint because these are handled by hand. All right, so the method of manufacture is important to know also. On Eisenhower, on the high spots, you could identify a few tiny little nicks right here. I would almost imagine, and on the forehead, these are common wear areas on coins in circulation because they're the highest point of the coin. I would be certain to figure that if this was absolutely clean and smooth, that this might be a 67 plus, because that's a hot point to the actual graders when it comes to the appearance of a coin. Okay, there are two factors. All right, the fields, obviously, because if there's a big old like bag mark that goes across here, okay, that's huge, because eye appeal is everything to a grader, and that's one of the criteria they look for. So the fields and then the high points of the devices are the second. All right, and then there are other things that are kind of arbitrary, like the strike. This strike is strong. It's crisp. You can see because the hair detail is in such low relief, that some of the details in the actual little strands become lost over the amount of strikes that those particular sets of dies have made. So let's say if this particular coin was what they call mid-die state. Okay, let's say they strike 10,000 coins with that set of dies. At strike number 5,000, this is the type of detail that you would see, okay, as far as the fullness and a little bit of wear as a result of striking the first 5,000 coins. So on the obverse, okay, those are a few of the things that I see. Aside from that, it does not have any major, like you don't see read marks from it clashing to another coin. Like I said, these were handled by hand and packaged as such. So anywhere along the line, okay, they could have come into very light contact with something. I don't know what specifically, but that's what contributes to a few of those. Now on the reverse, there's a little bit more telling signs as to why this is a 67. All right, you see a few little shallow tiny tick marks right here. All right, and then if I put the coin as such, you see a few tiny little drags right here at that bottom field under Liberty Bell. And then to the right, this is probably the most prominent problem area of the coin, is this area right here under America. So between the moon and America, you have a number of like coin to coin surface scuffs is what I call it, or bag marks. Bag marks are a little bit deeper in my estimation, but this is just simply a coin dragging across here. So while these are processed by hand, okay, as the coins are coming out of the press, all right, they are being subject to clashing against other coins as they're coming out of the ejection. So this could be the case right here. And then, you know, a few little tick marks in the fields. The thing with these Ikes is there's so much fields in there, okay, there's so much flat space that these things are a veritable bullseye for marks and nicks, which makes them a really challenging series. So those are a few of the things that I've noticed. Let's say, for example, that the high points of Eisenhower's face were clean right here. And let's say if this was not here at all. All right, this is a coin that would grade out 68. Okay, those are the two main problem areas that will drive a coin a point higher or lower. All right, so I know it seems kind of nitpicky, but when you're at this higher grade level, that's the graders, you know, way of thinking, is they have no other way other than to be nitpicky. But you know, these are some of the things that they're going to look for. And as you guys cherry pick coins, whether they're moderns or older, keep in mind some of the various nuances in the mint state levels, so that way you could determine, okay, should I submit this, or should I just hold off and just keep it as kind of an album coin, or throw it in a 2x2 and put it in my collection. It's gonna help you save money if you decide you wanted to grade. All right, now there are some that argue, okay, I think grading's a sham. Here's two things that I could tell you. All right, grading is a huge it's a huge thing in today's hobby. And if a coin's not graded, especially in a classic, a key date, all right, people are more wary because these coins are most commonly counterfeited, all right, or altered. Someone will add a mint mark to a 1916D Mercury dime or a 32S Washington quarter and not know any better. Whereas if you bought one that's slabbed, it ensures the authenticity of the coin. Okay, so that's something that PCGS, NGC, Annex, and ICG can do for you. All right, another counterpoint to the argument that I've heard about grading being a sham is it ensures the overall long-term value of a coin. Even if it didn't grade the way that you wanted it to, okay, it's going to be a coin that's going to be worth a lot more money when it comes to sell, just because it's in the plastic. People pay up for the slabbing. All right, so if you have that and you take a few of those things into consideration, it's not at all a sham. Now, you know what is a sham? Let's say you had a bunch of 1998 quarters that are pennies that you feel are going to grade high. You send them all in and they all come back mint state 66. Well, that's kind of a tough proposition, because moderns in general is a huge risk to grade, because from one grade to another is whether or not it's worth just the grading fees, or a coin that's going to be worth many thousands of dollars. All right, it's a huge gamble. Okay, and that's one that I particularly don't care for, which is why I'll either pick up a modern that's already graded. Okay, I love these big Eisenhower dollars, so I got one at what I felt like is a reasonable grade level. Or you pick up some classics, or you know what, grade the classic coins, because those will be worth more over time. Okay, moderns I feel like are going to level off and a drop off, because there's going to be more and more coins that's going to be graded, and subsequently increase the population reports to where these things are going to be worth less money. So, you know, moderns is a huge calculated risk. I talk about all the time in previous videos about coins selling for $5,000 to $10,000 that are no less than 30 years old. But you got to keep in mind that individual probably submitted about 50 to 100 coins to get the one coin that's worth $5,000 to $10,000. All right, and at 20, 30 bucks a pop for grading, you do the math. But anyways, that concludes our video. I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you do, give me a great big like, a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And subscribe to Blue Ridge Silverhound if you haven't done so. It's a fun place all around. And as always, guys, keep hunting, keep stacking, keep searching, and enjoy the hobby. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon.